Guys, welcome back to Otra Noche Miami Season 2. We're running it back. I've got my co-host, like always, Alonzo, in the building tonight.
Yep.
I'm your host, Kenny, and this is Otra Noche Miami, guys. We're happy to be back. We're going to run it back, hopefully with some more improvements as the season goes on.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but we're happy to start up again. Today we're going to be talking about the Heat season opener.
Yes, sir.
What else do we got today? We're going to do, it's week 7, right, for the NFL?
Yes.
Well, NFL Week 7
Week
predictions,
7,
mostly
yes.
for just the Dolphins. We're not going to do the whole NFL.
Yeah.
And then our World Series predictions,
The big
because
one.
MLB playoffs are going off right now.
The big one.
So we're going to go ahead and get started with the main course, the Heat season opener.
Yes,
Alonzo,
sir.
what did you think of the Heat in the first game?
Well, initial thoughts. Well, first, I want to say, glad to be back.
There we
You know,
go.
Otra Noche Miami. And number 2, glad to be back as far as basketball season. We gotta love basketball season, especially Miami Heat season, 35th anniversary,
Yes, sir.
Hopefully it's a good one. Ended up with a chip. But not the way we started off tonight.
No.
Not
Bad
the
start.
way we started off tonight.
No. Bad start.
Tyler Hero showed why he's a starter.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler showed why he's still one of the better players in the league.
Yes,
Getting
sir.
to the line, being really efficient,
Mhm.
Big guy coming in, big question mark for us
Mm-hmm.
was Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
As far as his offensive production and, his quote-unquote breakout season.
Yeah.
We expected a big game from him, or at least, a solid game, to start off the season right. And he just flopped.
Yeah.
He just flopped. Kyle Lowry, all these things about him being in shape and all that stuff. I don't know if that was the problem last night, but he was almost worse than Bam, and that's saying something. But other than that, glad to be back to the season. Glad to be back in the production battle. We gotta get better, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Can't be losing the first game of the season, man, against a team that was out. With
One of the two bigger guys.
Yeah,
Levine and Lonzo.
they
they're
don't
out,
have
so.
two of their best players, and we lose like that. I want to just get into some of the positives first before we get depressing with the negatives.
Yeah.
You mentioned it. Tyler Hero looked amazing. Looking like he's 1, earning that contract, and 2, earning that starting spot. He talks about it a lot on Twitter and his quotes saying that he feels like he should be starting. I feel like he's making his case now. For real. He won 6th Man of the Year last year. Now he's just progressing and evolving in his evolution as an NBA player.
I mean, yeah, I think even last season, he had starter numbers. Now, yeah, he was coming off the bench, but he was still getting starter minutes, closing out games and stuff like that. That's what people are gonna say. But regardless, he was putting up 20 off the bench, however minutes he got. 20 off the bench is 20 off the bench. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
And now, he got paid, and now it's time to put his money where his mouth is, and he's doing it.
Yeah.
So hopefully, he's looking like to have an all-star type season, and hopefully he gets it. But yeah.
What other positives did you see last night from the Heat as a team?
Well, I saw, it's really hard because I feel like this was one of our worst games, even though it's the first game.
It's the first game.
Yeah, even though it's the first game. I feel
Heat overreactions are already starting early.
No,
That's how we are.
But I feel like, it's one of our worst games that we've played, like going back to last season,
Yeah.
with our level of play. Another good thing I saw was, honestly, just our rotations defensively. Now, I like to say, not that I like to say, sorry. I said before recording that we played, bad defensively. It's not to our par, our level where we usually, play at. But as far as like our role players like Strus, Robinson, Vincent, Caleb Martin, he's starting now. You're getting a call.
It's fine.
Okay, well, we'll edit that one out.
Who is he calling? Who is that calling?
Something rude for the booth.
Oh, it's a fucking spam, man.
Attaboy.
Nobody cares.
Attaboy.
We're keeping that in.
Yes, sir.
We're doing it live. All right, go ahead.
All right, well, no, just our role players, constant switching. I think our switching was very good.
Okay.
Outside of Bam, that's the big one we had to get to as far as one of the negative sides. But everyone other than Bam, the defensive side, they look, well, like they look pretty good. Tyler Hero is showing that, he's not going to get bullied anymore. He's put up some weight, put up some strength.
I saw that too.
As well as Strus, he's kept bodies in front of him.
Yeah.
So I like to see that as far as, our defense, I like to see that we're still rotating and still had that type of intensity, even though it was a bad game, overall.
Yeah.
But those little things, we were pretty good at. And we started, starting the charge train The charge
movement, whatever.
Yeah. The charge
tally.
club. Take charge club.
Take
There
charge
it is.
club. Yeah, I saw
we
that.
got a couple last night, so it's good to see.
Who
that
had
we
the
still
first
have
one?
that
Martin,
fire.
right?
Huh?
Martin had the first one.
Martin and Lowry have no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another positive I saw, I was talking to Swass, a friend of the show. He noticed right away that Spo's rotations changed up a little bit. He's got Butler running with the second unit.
I saw that a lot.
I really like that. I hopefully it gels throughout the season. I like the idea of having Butler with the second unit out there, guys like Vincent and Strus.
Not to mention Depot when he comes back.
And Depot when he comes back, hopefully. So it's going to be cool having Jimmy run with that unit. He's going to have that caliber to be able to stay,
to stay competitive.
Stay competitive with the second unit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then, so he's taking basically Tyler's role last year.
Exactly.
But I think that was a great move by Spo, and hopefully, it didn't work out this game, but hopefully it continues to gel.
I mean, that group played well.
Yeah.
That group played well. They kept the game afloat. Obviously, there's some questions offensively with that group. With Deadman, even though Deadman did have a good offensive game. But, as far as, shooting, when Jimmy comes out, that means Strus is in with the starters.
Yeah.
And then that means we have to mix in Duncan. But, again, if Jimmy's in that lineup, in the second lineup, there's not a lot of, rotation spots to go in. So I think when Depot comes back, that's a big question for us as far as the bench unit with Jimmy coming in.
Right.
Who's going to take that offensive load? Because we know Jimmy likes to take it easy during the season.
Right.
And I think when he's in that role, I think he's going to be more of a facilitator.
Right.
More of a pass first type of guy with a bench unit instead of looking to score when he's with the starters and all that.
So I guess we can get started going into the negatives about this game. Some things we saw. At the beginning of the game, I was noticing that the Chicago Bulls were missing a lot of threes when we were up. And I was thinking, it's great, we're up by 7 or 8 points, but these guys are missing a lot of threes.
Yeah.
A lot of uncontested threes that they're just missing.
Mm-hmm.
And we started to see as the game went on, those threes started to fall.
Yeah. Not to mention DeMar was on fire.
DeMar was on fire. He caught Caleb Martin lacking a couple times on the N1.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, the moment I saw those threes and the way the game was going, I knew, I was like, if these guys get their shots to go down, I have in my notes, because we were hitting threes, and I was saying this team can go far with the three-point line. And then I started noticing that, and I said that this team could have their balloon popped if they don't start covering the three.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of instances like that. What did you think about that?
Well, right there, you said it perfectly. Once I saw, I think it was Goran Dragic and Ayo Dosunmu for the Bulls, when they made those 2 or 3 threes, back to back like that, or I don't know if it was back to back, but in quick possessions.
Yeah.
I think by halftime, Goran and Ayo had like 13 and 12 each.
Yeah.
And that was all from the 3-point line. So once if you guys got like those type of guys going off for
15,
quick 12, quick 10 points off the bench like that, and shooting it effectively, it's gonna be hard to win games.
Yep.
Because those guys are not the type of guys that you want to beat you.
Yeah.
You want DeMar DeRozan to beat us, which he did. But those points add up, and when we're lacking on the defensive side of the ball like we were today, more than usual.
Yeah.
Those 3-pointers start to fall. This is a professional basketball team. They're not gonna miss many.
No.
They're not gonna miss many.
They're not.
They're gonna make you pay.
Yep.
So we got these damn bugs around.
I got mosquitoes.
But,
One other thing, one big negative that I did want to get into that I've been preparing to talk about is Bam.
Yeah, that's
Bam.
a big one. Him and Lowry.
Bam, for the last 2-3 years, I always notice it in his statements to the media, this and that. He talks about how he feels disrespected by the media, that we don't get coverage, that he doesn't get coverage.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't get the recognition that he thinks he deserves,
Yeah.
which for the most part, I do agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's an underrated player, but I think the time has come that he needs to put the numbers up to effectively bury that narrative.
To back it up.
Back it up.
He has to back up the top.
I know, again, first game of the season, but guess what? The first game of the season was the perfect way
To
for
make a
him
statement. It was a
to
statement
make
game.
a statement and to be able to build a platform for what he
Right.
wants to put out there.
Exactly. I will say though, a big thing for Bam was his aggressiveness.
Right,
Taking
right.
shots.
He was taking shots.
He did put up a lot of shots, which I love to see. I know you love to see
Yes,
it too. Everyone
yes.
should be happy about Bam taking that many shots. Now,
but they gotta fall.
they got to fall. And they were good looks, too. There was
Yeah.
a couple missed dunks, a couple missed layups, a couple mid-range shots that should have went in.
Another thing I noticed, there was a couple lobs that was tossed to him that he went up for it, but he didn't yam it down. He brought down with him. And
Yeah,
then went
well,
back
also,
up.
that was not the best lobby.
Of course, I understand that,
yeah.
but I just feel like that right there is just like,
I
just
know.
a bad look.
That
Just a bad
same
look.
play that you're talking about. He went after he brought it
And
back
he brought
down.
it missed.
He put it up to put a dunk on Vooch, and he just missed it. Vooch did play decent defense,
Yeah.
but those are the shots he has to make.
We see again. We see in the offseason videos of him in the gym pulling up from posting somebody
25
up,
feet.
fade away,
25 feet,
shooting the
3-pointers.
threes. He did it in the preseason this year.
Yeah.
I feel like there's another level, another gear to his offensive game that he's just waiting to unlock. I don't know what it is. I don't know why he hasn't unlocked it yet.
I think he has unlocked it. I think he almost is. He isn't trying to force it, but at the same time he is, if that makes sense.
Okay,
Like
I get it.
He's trying to do all these little things, but then he also doesn't want to do it because it's like the first game, or maybe
Right.
he's not too confident in his ability, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think after a few games in the season, and he has like those bigger games,
Yeah.
because he's not going to be this bad every day.
No.
But once he gets all those better games and his feet under him, I think he's going to start getting more confident. He's going to start looking to maybe trail three, pull up three, when they're sagging off,
Yeah,
whatever
of
it may
course.
be.
Because they're forcing you to
mid-range.
sag off on a guy like
Exactly.
him. Yeah.
I think once he gets his feet under him and shows himself that he could do it, then it'll be a lot more easier for him.
Yeah, for sure. I really got not much else to say about the Heat this game. First game of the season, just wish we would have caught the dub.
Yeah.
I feel like we went over. If you've got anything else to say,
The only other guy that I want to talk about is Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry, okay,
I
go
spoke
ahead.
with you before the recording.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry, great to see him in shape. That was a big question last year. He was injured because besides his personal reasons, he missed a lot of time. How Roddy said, he had to cut some weight. He did. He looks great.
Yeah.
But now he has to show why he's getting paid $30 million. Because if not, it looks almost as bad of a contract as Duncan.
Yeah.
Like last year.
Yeah.
So. He took some wild threes and he's took some good-looking threes and other good shots, but they just weren't falling. So that's the other thing. Him and Bam got to really pick it up. I think the key to this Heat team is Bam Adebayo.
You think he's the X factor?
I don't think he's the X factor. I think he's it. Jimmy always said Tyler Hero's going to bring the scoring, of course. Jimmy's going to lead the team. Kyle Lowry's going to pass the ball. But Jimmy Butler and everybody in the organization always said, we're going to go as far as Bam takes us.
Okay.
And if Bam has a bad game like you saw today, it's going to result to a bad game overall.
Okay.
And
Okay,
if he has a good game, both sides of the ball, plays winning basketball,
Yeah.
we look much better as a team.
I like that statement. I agree with that statement. Hopefully Bam can figure it out, man.
I think he will.
He has the potential to have a monster season this year. Maybe win Depoy finally. Maybe even just be in contention, man. Be one of the finalists, dog.
I mean,
he never is.
He should have been last year, but
Whatever.
I don't know why.
We're not gonna get into that right
Get
now.
into it. So
I think that wraps it up for us with the Heat
for
right
the
now.
Heat, for the Heat version.
You got anything else?
No. Game 2 Friday.
Who we playing again?
We play the Celtics. Eastern Conference Finals matchup.
God damn it!
Does not get any easier than that.
No.
Um,
Fuck it. Stop recording. Okay, hold on. Did it not? Oh, it didn't stop recording?
No, it didn't stop
We're going to do it live again. We got 10.
Low power mode.
Low power mode.
So we gotta make it quick.
Alright.
But
You
yeah.
gotta make it quick, bro.
Oh no. Well,
Go ahead.
let's hope your phone don't die.
Yeah.
But Eastern Conference Finals matchup on live TV, but we're gonna be watching it on Bally because we're Bally over here.
Valley Sports, Eric Reed.
But yeah,
All right, so let's just go ahead and move on to the next topic here. Dolphins Week 7 prediction. We got the Miami Dolphins versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
yep.
You go ahead and you say your piece because I've got something that I've been preparing for a while.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Okay. So you want, as far as how? Like,
Just whatever your thoughts
you
on
want
the Dolphins.
you want game scores.
You do whatever you got to do.
Okay. Well, glad to see Tua is in line to play again. Glad he's healthy. What else? Teron Armstead
Just got the
just
notification.
got the notification that he was practicing today, which is good news.
Yep.
That offensive line looked terrible last game. So hopefully we can give him at least
saw
a couple more seconds.
An Indeed application for Miami Dolphins offensive lineman.
Yeah. I think I filled it out. They got me a callback, but they said I was too good. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Overqualified.
Yeah, I was overqualified
Okay.
for the position. But not. Tyreek Hill had a monster game last game. Hopefully he can continue.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle,
Yep.
The game before had a little bit of a groin issue.
Yep.
He played well last game as well.
Yep.
The running game, we look kind of mediocre. We brought in these fast guys, these guys Mike McDaniel played with and coached over the years, and besides Raheem Mostert versus the Jets, which we lost, I think I could have ran for 100 against the Jets, but
The running game just hasn't been there.
it just hasn't been there. We brought in these guys, all these speedy guys, and we just haven't worked. Defensively, probably the best defensive game we've had all year besides the Bills. It showed that when we needed it, the defense is a top defense.
Yeah, but last week was against the Vikings.
Yeah,
Talk
I'm
about
saying,
that.
I'm talking about that.
Okay. I thought you were talking about
against
the Jets.
Vikings.
I'm like, bro, give it 40.
No.
They dropped 40
No, not against the
Talking
Jets.
about the Vikings. Okay.
Against the Vikings, defense showed out. We looked like a top 10 defense, top 5 defense. Like
the
we've always
defense
been.
that we've been expecting all year.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. And
Just didn't have our QB1.
exactly, or QB2 for the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
and then
Our
he came back.
QB2 is not.
Yeah, he's
QB1.
not it. He's not it. But yeah, it showed that our defense is more than capable, and our offense needs to come back in, which is probably going to be resolved with Tua. Hopefully he has some time in the pocket, doesn't get injured again. God forbid.
God forbid.
But yeah, Gold Dolphins, we winning against the Steelers, baby.
All right.
What you got?
You ready?
What we got?
This is gonna be the clip that they clip for TikTok. I've been preparing this statement.
I think I have a hunch, but I
Ever
want to think
since
that I want to.
we agreed that we were gonna do this again, and this was a topic. I have been thinking about this. I have been listening.
I'm excited because I think we're thinking the same thing.
So, I don't know. I know you're not on Twitter much.
I'm getting a little bit more of it, but not really.
The main vibe on Dolphins Twitter right now is catastrophe level, like DEFCON 1. The world is falling
Code
apart.
red.
But for me, as a Dolphins fan, I have never been more cockier than in this season than right now, right before we face the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me tell you why. You ready?
Go ahead.
We have Tua, who's coming back from a bad injury. He was balling out while he was playing, finally putting all those narratives down to bed. Every single narrative that was ever put against him. He's breaking out. He can't throw. Here's two 60-yard bombs or whatever it was against the Bills or against the Ravens.
Jalen Waddle.
He can't beat the Bills.
Exactly.
Goes and beats the Bills.
Beats the Bills.
He was just doing everything. Tua was that guy. He was Timothy.
It was him.
He goes down.
Tough loss.
And what happens? We lose 3 in a row.
As expected.
As expected.
Well, not as expected because I feel like we should have beat the Jets.
Right.
But our offense wasn't there, so.
Whatever. We lose 3 in a row. Look at these losses. Look at what the guys on the Jets did, what the Vikings did to a guy like Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle had his move, his little celebration move, done to him by the opposing team 2 weeks in a row. You don't think he's pissed?
Oh, he's pissed.
He's pissed. A guy like Tyreek Hill. Where has Tyreek Hill played in his career? In Kansas City, right? Do you think he likes losing?
No.
He's not used to losing.
Definitely not.
He does not like losing.
Definitely.
So he's pissed. You got guys like Tua, Waddle, and Hill. These 3 guys are gonna be like the 3 3 kings?
3 Musketeers?
The 3 Musketeers or whatever. They're gonna go into, or is it home or away? Against the Steelers.
I think we're home.
They're gonna go into Heinz Field or whatever the fuck it's called in Pittsburgh. I don't give a shit.
I think so.
They're gonna go in and they're gonna wipe the floor with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They should.
You want to know another reason why I think that's gonna happen? You know who's gonna be on the sideline? Brian Flores. Tua coming back. He's gonna finally be able to pick up where he left off against who? Brian Flores, the guy who has tried multiple times to sabotage his career. He's gonna come in and he's gonna dismantle the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's my another hot take. You ready?
Here we go.
If the Miami Dolphins do not beat the Pittsburgh Steelers this week,
You're gonna touch it.
no, the GM of the Dolphins, I forgot his name, Greer, you've got to tear down the whole thing because this team will never win. If we cannot beat this team with all the things that are going around externally, we can't win. We're never going to be able to win. So you got to dismantle the whole team because it's just not going to happen if we can't win this game. I know it's a lot of narrative based and
Storyline
based. emotional based take, but that's how I feel. I feel like this is the most important game in Tua's career that the Dolphins had in the last 3 years. I know the last 2 years we had a game where if we won, we would have gone to the playoffs. You might call that the most important game.
No, I don't think so.
This is the most important game. We win this, we get our season back on track. Tua is going to continue his great season, and we'll go from there. But if not, I'm done with the Dolphins because it's just not going to happen. I'm not done as like, oh, they suck. It's just not going to happen if we can't win that game.
As far as this team right now.
This group of guys.
Yeah.
So that's my hot take.
I mean, hey, if that's how you feel, then we're still set up for the future very well as well. You know, Tua's still on his rookie deal. Waddle too. We're gonna have him for a long time. Tyreek Hill, we just signed to a big deal. Teron Armstead for another 3-4 years.
Hopefully,
we got pieces. We got pieces.
We do, but we need to win this game. It means more than just a regular season game. At least to me, at least to the way it looks. This could be Tua's comeback game.
Yeah. I think the big thing is obviously the Tua comeback story.
Yeah.
About how all the Dolphins, muffed the whole concussion protocol and all these narratives.
He's been the poster boy of this whole new controversy.
Yeah. And even like now they don't want to talk about it because it came out that we did everything right, and now that we only talk about it when it was a problem.
Yeah.
Right. But when we come back with the results and everything came out fine, that we did everything how it was supposed to do, no one talks about it.
We've seen guys take worse hits and be down for long, and had multiple hits, and people are like, oh well, we can't wait for him to get back. But with Tua, you see Tua's new presser in the comments. It's all like, oh, did you need to retire, man? Please just take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, come on, bro. So that's my Dolphins predictions. What do you think? Anything else? Oh, obviously, Dolphins beat the Steelers.
I'm gonna go ahead and say 24-13 Dolphins.
I'm gonna go 35-14.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You went for the big one.
I went for the big one.
I'm gonna beat Brian Flores at his own game defense.
Yep.
I think we're gonna score just enough with Tua. Come back, couple TDs.
Hopefully, on the last touchdown to make it 35, they show a close up on Brian Flores. He's pissed. I love that guy. And just after everything came out, I was like, dude, are you serious?
Yeah, I thought he was a pretty good coach.
I thought he was a great coach.
But then, stuff happens. So.
And moving on, I guess. World Series predictions. All right.
Well, I'm gonna go out and say real quick that my beginning World Series predictions are gone. So now.
What did you have at the beginning of the year?
I had the Astros over the Dodgers.
Okay, you still might have the winner, but you don't have the.
Yeah. I'm saying as far as the matchup.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
You want to hear mine at the beginning of the year?
Go ahead.
I had the Marlins in the race.
Yeah.
No,
that's
no, I didn't. Actually, we need to go back. We had
to that one video.
We did a video at the beginning of the year about the Marlins predictions. We had both,
and the whole season predictions as far as awards and all this.
Yeah, stuff. I know for a fact that we both picked Sandy for Cy Young of the year.
Cy Young.
So hopefully
Cy Young of the year. Cy Young of the year. Now what's funny is I realized now you said that my AL Cy Young pick was Tyler Glasnow. I didn't even realize he was injured for the whole year.
We gotta go back to that. We'll see. Anyways, World Series predictions. We're recording this right now while the championship series is going on.
Yeah.
So we got the Padres and the Phillies playing each other.
1-1. They're tied 1-1.
And then the Astros and the Yankees. The Astros are up 1-0.
Yep.
I guess I'll go first. My World Series prediction is going to be the Astros and the Phillies. And I've got the. Actually, it might be the Astros. I think the Astros are going to be the Yankees for sure.
Yeah, me too.
But it's just, do I think the Phillies are going to be the Padres? I said it really quick, but now I'm doubting myself.
I'm gonna let you get. I'm gonna give you a time to think, but
Do you got your for sure?
I got mine for sure.
Okay.
I got Astros Padres now that the Dodgers are out.
Yeah.
I got Astros Padres simply because I think the Padres bullpen has been so dominant as far as not giving up any runs in these last 3-4 games, especially against the Dodgers. They pitched like the last 2 games of the series. Like I think it was like 20 innings of no run innings out of the pen. That's incredible. And I think the lineup was going to hit just enough. We saw it in game 2. They came up and put up eight runs.
Yeah.
And hopefully their starting pitching just does the job. So, but I got Astros over Padres.
All right.
In 6.
Well, you made my job easier, so I'm just gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna go Astros Phillies. And you know what, man? I'm not gonna play it safe. Phillies in 7.
Phillies in 7.
And World Series MVP Bryce Harper.
My World Series MVP, Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan Alvarez. Okay.
Yordan Alvarez.
That's a good pick.
Reasoning behind the Phillies?
My reasoning, I just think you always see a team like the Phillies in October. They just show up and
they get hot.
They're a team of destiny. They get hot. I just think they're just him right now.
Yeah.
They're just the Timothy Phillies. So I think they're just gonna be the team that just rides this wave.
Dethrones the Astros.
I think the more they advance and the more games they win in the playoffs, the more confident, the better they get. So I'm gonna go with that. Plus, Kyle Schwarber put a ball that rivaled the ball that I gave up.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. The only thing about the Phillies, I can't give them the edge. That bullpen scares me to death.
That's fair.
And the bottom of the lineup is iffy. I know the bottom of the lineup of the Astros is iffy as well, but they're the Astros.
They're the Houston Astros. Yeah.
They're the Astros. But yeah, that's about it. First episode back.
First episode. I think we covered everything. Unless you want to do the 2023 World Series predictions real quick.
2023.
The Marlins versus Orioles. No, man. We'll do more coverage of the Marlins once we get down to the offseason. Hopefully, we make some signs and some trades. We'll cover that. For the most part, it's going to be Heat from here on out. We'll do Dolphins whenever we record close to
the baseball playoffs too.
The baseball playoffs. We're going to be trying to do a lot more content on this channel, guys. Not just Otra Noche Miami. Hopefully, we can do, when the season does get closer, maybe preseason power rankings for the MLB.
I'm down.
Just stuff like that, just to keep you guys entertained. Just not this talk show. If you guys do have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments. Alonzo, do you have any closing remarks?
No. Again, thank you guys for watching and sticking around. I know it's been a while. Hopefully, me and Kay were going up. We got some grown up things now we got to do.
Take care of, yeah.
But hopefully, we can bring it back a little bit more consistent.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it as well.
Yeah.
But looking for a big Heat season. Hopefully, the Dolphins keep riding this wave when Tua comes back.
Yeah.
And we can make a run.
Yeah.
But let's go. Glad to be back, guys.
Yeah, guys. So thank you so much for the support you guys give us. And we're gonna go ahead and sign off, man.
Yes, sir.
See you guys. All right.